17 years ago, Green Bay news anchor Aaron Davison was given a second chance at life.
I have a new appreciation for how tenuous our lives are. I mean, how we can be here one day and not here the next. And that's why we have to enjoy what we have right now, be thankful, and really live every day.
As a college sophomore, Aaron was diagnosed with Wilson's disease.
Basically a metabolic disease, a metabolic disorder. Your body doesn't metabolize copper.
The genetic disease also affected two of her siblings.
It's an invisible disease, too. You don't really see the effects. You think as long as you take the medicine and are on the diet, you'll be fine.
But Aaron wasn't fine.
At a certain point, the medicine stopped working. My body wasn't reacting as well to the low copper diet. I started having a lot of edema back again. And I was very tired again. So I realized that something must be going wrong. And then, had my worst fears confirmed when I started hemorrhaging.
After going into shock one night, Aaron learned she needed a liver transplant.
I waited 2.5 months, which is not as long as some people have to wait. It's a long time when you're hemorrhaging. And I had to go back a couple of times. And the last time that I went back for internal bleeding, they just kept me. So I was waiting in the hospital, actually, the last time when I got the first call.
But the first call didn't work. Due to the size of the liver, it was given to another patient, so Aaron continued to wait.
It was harrowing being called again and again and getting prepped 3 times. At the same time, the first time you sign the papers and you look at every single thing that could happen in the course of this surgery, and it's very scary, and you don't know if you're going to survive the surgery, and you essentially say goodbye to everybody in the room, and it's very dramatic and difficult. Well, the second time you do that, it's a little less difficult, and the third time it's like, bye, see you later. So we had lots of practice before the actual surgery, and I think that actually helped me not be so nervous, and also helped my family.
While the transplant was successful, the recovery was not easy.
One of the things with transplantation is that you're putting an organ from someone else inside you. So your body wants to fight it off, and that's called rejection. To keep your body from rejecting the organ, they give you the anti-rejection medication, which suppresses your immune system, which makes you prone to infection. So it's a balancing act between your body rejecting the liver and your body not being able to fight infection. Overwhelming emotion, I think, overall. Once you have a transplant, you're dealing with the physical aspect, I think, in one hand, the physical recovery, looking down and seeing you have 100 stitches in you, and you've got bags coming off you, and you're taking medicine, and you're just fighting to live after the transplant. And then on the other hand, just realizing that you've been pulled back from the precipice and you're alive.
Aaron's liver came from a family in Florida who lost their 18-year-old son in a car accident.
And at a time where they really could have just closed down and said, don't bother us, we're really dealing with a difficult time right now, someone approached them and asked them if they would donate their son's organs, and they said yes. And that saved my life. I don't have the answers. I don't know why I was allowed to live, continue living, and that boy was not. I will never have the answer to that. But I guess all I can think about, I guess how I finally resolved it to myself, is that I don't have the answer to that question of why me, but all I can be grateful for is the love that let me stay here and the generosity that let me stay here, and it makes me vow to pay it forward.
Which for her means being an organ donator herself.
I mean, you'd think because of the medication that you wouldn't be able to, but I've asked my transplant people, and they say certainly. So I have my donor dot just like everybody else.
Being on television gives Erin an opportunity not all organ recipients have.
I feel like it's my responsibility to talk about organ donation. I still have people who have misperceptions about organ donation, and it frustrates me sometimes. So I feel like even when you think everyone should know what a great gift it is and why everyone should do it, there are still people who don't know and don't do it or don't think about it. And so I feel like I need to keep talking about it and just to hope that someone understands and even if I change one person's mind. I think every transplant recipient I talk to wants to tell people about how great organ donation is. But they don't have the audience that I do. They don't have the opportunities that I do. So I'm grateful for that I get a chance to talk to people simply because I'm on television, which is fantastic.
Erin will never forget that because of one family's decision, that she has the chance to live.
So far I've had 17 gift years, 17 bonus years I would not have had. I was destined to die at 32. And now I am 49, and I have seen at least 12 nieces and nephews born in that time. I've seen a Super Bowl victory. I had another marriage. I'm married again. I've seen so much in that 17 years that I never would have been able to see